Okay, everyone. I think we're up and working right now. We are live streaming, but really this is just to make a video, right? I'm recording videos, if you can't tell, um, and I'm not really looking at chat because I don't have a way to do that. So we're just this is how we're doing it. Okay. So the first thing I want to talk about, so first you should know that this is not a full score. Um, I know I'm slow, y'all. I know I'm slow, y'all. I have a viewer. Sup, dude? I'll be right there. I'm so sorry. I have a viewer. Sup, dude? I'll be right there. I'm so sorry. Okay. Okay. So this is my music. We are working right now. Oh God, this is open. This can't be open. I think I'm the viewer. If that's open, that's funny. Okay. Um, so the most important thing I think to talk about with this piece is that the most important thing to know with this right now is that we started with just these top pianos, right? So this is what's called a short score. A short score is basically like what you do to get the notes on the page before you start orchestrating, right? And so the title of this stream is composing and orchestrating because, well, that's what we're doing. And right now we're orchestrating out music that I've already composed. So that's what these like top piano lines are. And then beneath that, this is a wind ensemble piece. So we have a whole wind ensemble just sitting here waiting to be given notes from the pianos. So that's really kind of the process right now, right? We are creating a situation here. Um, Now it's interesting because I'm going from piano to a wind instrument, and that is a little bit harder to do uh, than going to like a string instrument, right? Because you see all these like big whole open notes, you know. This is really good for pianos, good for strings, but the long, big empty notes aren't always the best for wind ensemble. Wind ensemble, you tend to get more notes, more like rhythms and rests and places to breathe and stuff like that. You know, that's kind of like what makes band music band music. So that is going to then come in after this section, after this process of orchestrating. But right now, we have to orchestrate. That's kind of what happens. I'll start playing it and then we'll go from there. So keep in mind, you know, I'm gonna stay up here because you'll really hear every line. So I'm just gonna play through so we can get like a sense of what I'm doing, and then I'm gonna get to work. I can't just hit play all day, even though I'd really like to and just listen. Okay, so that's where we're at. Um, I'll be real, like this ending kind of. I like this little the way it. Yeah, we're not there yet. We got to write this part first. Okay. So yeah, you heard some of this. See, this is the issue, right? Like, I mean, here it's not so bad, because the clarinets will be really quiet and you're pretty much just going to hear like the whole horn section. But generally, I'm trying to like, when we get in here with these chords, I want them to have like some rhythm, some ba-ba-doo, some da-ba-da, some stuff that like trumpets and horn players would get like super into playing, right? Like no one's gonna want to sit and play, you know, whole notes all day. So the tricky part, though, right? The reason this piece is called Harmony Vortex is because of the vortex like effect that I'm doing, right, with these eighth notes. And the problem, of course, is that like gave, if you just gave, um, copied and pasted this into the clarinet part, like sure, they could play this, like a clarinetist could play this, right? But like, um, who would want to? Like that's miserable. So here you can see I've broken it up, and even this isn't like the most convenient. That's actually because I lied and I like haven't broken it up yet. Whoops. But you can see that like that is where the work should happen. Here is where I broke it up, right? So like we have this sort of where it would have been one piano line here, it's getting split up into the different parts, right? So you as the audience, it's like a trick, right? Composers really play a lot of tricks. It's like you, as the audience member, is sitting there, you hear all these lines, and you don't really realize that it's like one line is being passed between a whole section, and like that's the way we're doing it so that it's not like totally unplayable. Um, okay, so it looks like I already got started here. So I guess let's resume. Um, this is not like really fun work all the time, orchestrating, especially when you're moving from a short score to like such a big group. It's really a lot of like, kind of like I said, like you need to play tricks, you need to be like super clever. I'm thinking already about like the way the piano notes like decay, these whole notes, like when the piano does it, naturally kind of decay, right? And like as a player for a wind instrument, you're not gonna you have to be told to do that because that's not just gonna like happen when you play a note. And like also it's like you don't want to this is supposed to be a higher grade piece, like grade 5, so like you really don't want to just have them do a decay on a whole note, right? Like you want to give them a bit more. But anyway, we'll get there. Right now, let me just listen to this because this is like where everything goes crazy, man. This is where the piece starts becoming what it is. Okay, so um, we're gonna start. So we have a slight octave. Well, this is a 1 octave difference, and then so we have flutes and oboes. How have we been doing this? So this is where I'm thinking maybe the oboe has its time. Well, how did I? Oh, I put the clarinet on this line. Oh, I see. So this is just what I'm splitting up. So I'm just gonna maybe do something like this. to start with. I don't know how well it will work to have a bit of a bleed. I mean, it could da 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 dee. I don't know. I'm wondering, yeah, like if we could just do it as a dotted. With a decrescendo here, right? Like ba da 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 dee. I'm getting distracted by that. I need to do this line. I'm just starting with the clarinets. Right, so it's sort of like this. And right now I think I'm just gonna stick with like the dotted quarter length for this like feathered situation. Yes. I'm thinking maybe actually a quarter note, just to avoid like too much bleeding between, you know. Yeah. There we go. Yeah. So this would be. Whoops. Sorry. And actually, I'm looking. I mean, if I break it up like this much, I'm gonna definitely have room to like put in other notes. Like I'm thinking da 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 dee ba da da dum, you know, like a little 16th note, 8th note lead in to measure 25 here. That could definitely do something. Da 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 dum, and then we're just having this be quarter note. You guys can probably see what I'm doing. I'm just splitting up this line to make it, you know, seem like it's just one player. And then here we're gonna come back to, yeah, like this doesn't need to hold all the way through. This could even be a 8th note, or sorry, quarter note there. Quarter note there, 8th note here. All right, let's give the let's put our slurs in. Let's not be lazy. It also helps my fast forwarding if I do more stuff in one spot. Okay, and then this is like da 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 dee da 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 dum. How does this? How does that pop up? Let's hear it. That's kind of fun. I mean, that does like a whole thing there, but okay, I got distracted. I wouldn't even listen to what I was supposed to listen to. This. Doodeem. Um, it's interesting because there's no D sharp in that chord. What note happens here? Because it almost could bridge. Like if we do da. Yeah. Da 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 da. It's gonna be one of those situations where like everyone in the band thinks they have like the melody. It's gonna be really tricky to like really carve this part out of it when we're a band director or a conductor. Here we go. It sounds a little off to me just because when I wrote this, I didn't put this octave in really. So that's the thing about band is like it's really kind of a warm ensemble, like you can't really you can have high notes, of course. Let the high notes happen. But um, in terms of like really carving out those that like upper to middle register, it's hard to find. Hard to find in the band. You get a lot of middle tone tenor sounds. Okay. Let us continue. The flutes I'm a little bit I kind of like that big piccolo line. I mean, is it weird? I trust flute players. Oof, I'm not going to say that. I trust flute players slightly more than I trust clarinet players. I'm going to cause a rift. I don't know. I feel like there are more good flute players than good clarinet players. I'm gonna let that hot take sit there. That's what I'm gonna do. There's no one in chat to yell at me about that hot take. Um, okay, da 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 da, and then I want. Yeah. See, it can't all go to the piccolo because it just can't. So I guess well, I could give it like this. Yeah. I mean, obviously it can't go all the way down. Uh, so in that case, we should probably give this statement to the oboes and maybe flute 2. Like flute 2 could work with the oboes and flute 1 can work with the piccolo. Because there really isn't enough to give. And then clarinet does that. Yeah. Yeah. So really it could just double at the moment. And I kind of want flute 2 up though. Like just kind of dovetail the octave. Um with that same doing the full line. And I don't know why I don't let the clarinets do that. I mean, it's the same. Uh, like I said, I just think it's slightly different. It's eighth notes. Clarinets have a break, right here, which would make it slightly frustrating. Not impossible. It's not. It's really. It doesn't matter. I like it because it gives me, like I said, some more. Like the clarinet can have something happening on this beat, or this beat. You know. So like, there's a little bit of just some options, and I might change my mind. I might change my mind. But oboe cannot do the whole thing. Oboe is gonna be, and it can't do that B. Oh, really? Um, okay. We'll move it if we need to move it. This whole thing is gonna get transposed because like there's no way a band is just gonna be like, yeah, concert B major, baby, all day. Nah, nah. I don't think so. I think yeah, I think a band director would like say, please, please, for the love of God, don't make my trumpets play in C sharp major tonight. And I will say, okay, okay, maybe you have a point. Okay. Don't. Yeah, we'll do it basically just how we did the clarinets. So is it gonna make a B sound? No. Oh, it did. It did. If the MIDI oboe can do it, I mean, like expectations are set now. And then we will slur this. Da 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 da. I kind of like this. It might be stupid, but I feel like it sets people up a little bit stronger to like really hit that upbeat and know that they've hit the upbeat. I mean, I like to really get myself like in the brain of the player reading the sheet music because that was my experience of being a composer and or sorry, excuse that was my experience of being a player. I was a trumpet player. So like I don't know, when I write music, I feel like good music to me kind of like I know what that looks like even if I don't know what it necessarily sounds like. So like if my music really doesn't look right, I have to tap into my performer brain to make that verification. If that makes any sense at all. Like I really need to think about it as a player and then switch back as the composer and say, "Well, I like the notes, I like the harmony, I like the form, I like this and this, but in this case, right, like I don't like the rhythm. We gotta give them something more to do, right?" And that comes from looking at it as a player and saying, this isn't a grade 5 educational grade 5 piece. It's too easy. It needs to be a little bit harder. Not that we're going crazy difficult, because there are other like tricky things about this piece that make it hard that won't be the notes, but anyway, that's my soapbox. Let's listen to it. I'm going to step away for a second too, but we'll listen as I step away. And I'll keep it up here. I don't know. We'll leave that there for now. Okay, 1 second. Okay, that was fun, right? Isn't that pretty? Let me pause this. So let's go back. Okay, we are here, and we are continuing down this line. This is really the nitty gritty, man. This is orchestration. This is composing and orchestrating, but we are dealing with orchestration right now. This is 100% orchestrating, and it's all about those little decisions that you make when you orchestrate something that are going to make the difference between it being like a good experience, a playable piece, and like not that. Okay, so I made the decision before, but ooh, am I torn? Because if we were to just give, I just want to give the flutes maybe a little bit more time here to take a breath. See, that is the level of decision you kind of have to start making now, which is way different from like writing, writing harmony on a piano. You really got to think differently about these things. So this, see, now we get into the part where like it can't just be the whole thing. So that's why the flute is here to help out. We are gonna have, I think this will be our dovetail here. So that'll put us here with the quarter note. And why not give them da 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 dum? It's sort of weird, isn't it? Da 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 do da dum, ba da 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 do da dum. I don't know if it really makes a difference for the player as much. At first, I was thinking, just so I should be more clear. I'm speaking to someone. I'm not used to this. To have the E here, right? Because if you put the E there, then you're like, I don't even know if you can see this. I hope the camera isn't in the way. If you put the E there, right? It's the difference between, it's like giving a pickup to the idea, but it's not needed, I don't think, because then you have it ends on an offbeat. So you don't want to start and end on an offbeat. Like start on the downbeat leads to ending on the offbeat a little bit easier. I think this is again like probably like super overthinky and doesn't matter, but that's kind of where we're at. It's like maybe this is what makes a difference, I know for some players like this kind of thing really comes through, and like I can hear it like sometimes just when a part looks like a part that your average like clarinet player has seen before, you just get a better performance. Like if it looks super new musicy and like all over the place, it's not that you can't write that kind of music, but it's still, you have to hold yourself to the standard of like previous sheet music, or else already your player is going to come in and be a little bit, unless they're like a super familiar new music player. But this is for a high school band, right? Or a lower level college band. So they're not going to be familiar with, not that I'm writing out their stuff, but it's just like little stuff. Like you don't want things to be not idiomatic. As I'm probably staring at like the most unidiomatic flute part, and I don't even know. That's what it comes down to. Okay. Yes. Yes. Same thing, right? Da 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 da, and we'll just go down here. See, the flutes can play that B, right? No, don't you have to have the extension? Oh God, you have to have the C extension. Gee willikers. Okay. Again, all right. I'm just gonna leave it because I'm assuming. All right, we're just gonna aim to transpose up. Although I was hoping to get that tuba a little lower. But if we transpose it up a half step, that still kind of doesn't make it any easier. What could we transpose it to? Because I'm also thinking about this for the horns. A half step was really what I was aiming for. Everything goes up a half step to get us into a nice comfy key. But that won't get us high enough for this the piccolo. Not even the piccolo, I don't care about the piccolo, the flute. Like this is fine. I mean, I could do something like this. It's just, it looks weird. Da 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 dee da 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 dee. Oh, well, the piccolo could come back in there. I mean, like this. Everyone kind of has a teammate, right? This is like teammate orchestration. And then we pass it back off to your buddy. And that's honestly how people should rehearse this piece, really, is to like look at the way the lines are broken up with your partner. And maybe I could even help them with some kind of delineation of like, these are the full lines, right? But like, here they are. But that should be kind of obvious. I don't know. Now when you see it broken up, it looks like a hot mess. It looks terrifying. And I don't even have the oboe line in yet. The oboes have to do this as well. Whew. I'm just checking chat here. Don't. I'm sorry to be. This is the only way I can look at it if I had any kind of chatting. Okay. I don't. Chat with me if you're here. If you wanna chat, please. It just might be super delayed, and I have to look at my phone to do it because I'm lame. Okay. Let's keep it rolling. Through. Let's see. We just did the flutes. So now we just got to do the oboes, which are this middle line, and I'm gonna do myself a favor and just copy and paste it down. Okay, so this is flute 2, oboe 1, 2, and the flute's there to give us this upper octave. I know oboes can play up there. I don't want to start them up there without giving them a way up. And with the flute helping, I don't need the oboe up there. Well, you know, now that I'm looking at it, maybe we could do a flute. Onward. This one, I think I do want. Oh, whoops. A pickup here. You know what? I think I want them in twos. I mean, this might be a funny way to do it, but I think it'll give me some more articulation and like could be kind of a fun effect. Oh, it's gonna take forever. Okay, here we go. Bop, bop, boop, bop, bop. All the way out. Oh dear, I hate this. Hate this already. Why did I make this decision? If I have to undo this ever, I'm gonna be so annoyed. Okay, and I'm going back here. Ba-da-ba-dum, da-deem. Just keeping it consistent. Yep. Oh, someone give me a shortcut. Almost there. Alright, that's clarinets. Oh, we didn't do this part. Because this really, like, it gives us some head to it, and yeah. Pardon the background noise, sorry about that. I live next to a street with some dang hoodlums and their motorbikes. Okay. Save. Okay. I just want to give a little more to the oboes, but the oboes are starting. If he starts here, he's going to be starting on an F natural. That's not too low. That's not too low. And the C is doable, right? For oboes, the bottom note. Am I right here? Okay. Yes. So that I want to do. Here. Oh, I'm not doing it this way. This way. And then this goes here. Thinking, sorry, deep think. I've got confused for a second. This flute too is tripping me out now because he has to collaborate here with our oboes. And then we do this, blah, 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 D to D, yes, 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 you see what's happening. Just dovetailing here. Don't know why I'm already adding slurs, but we got it. Da da, yeah, okay. See what I mean? Like, you just have a tendency to bring everything down an octave. Like, it's just not. You don't want a wind player starting up high on these lines cold. It's just not comfortable, and especially at the beginning of the piece. I don't know. We're moving it up anyway, so I'm not too picky about it. This is still pretty high for the flute, so I think it'll give it a bit of that kind of brightness. And then this is, yeah, just maybe I'll stop the flute. To be a real helper, we'll stop the flute at the A. Da 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 da. It's pretty low. Part of me wants to do this here, just to make it a little bit. Oh, whoops. What was I? Right? Am I being silly? Yeah, like that. Boom. And then just have it be the same. Why would the flute go down? It's flute on flute. Oh, it's piccolo. Flute on flute. Flute on flute violence over here. Da da dee. Move it up an octave. I know there's a shortcut for this. This is the one I need to learn. But I need to be able to do it from the select all. Okay. That's a lot of lines. Yikes. Oh my goodness. It's growing. Okay, it's a little weird that it's like you up high here and then down low here. Like it should be, this should all be high, I think. Because the flutes are all high. Yeah. I forgot that the piccolo was an octave displaced. That's really, that's nice. It works. It's going to take some carving out, like I said, of like, you're going to really need to be able to pick out your exact thing. Yes. Can I edit this too? I always mean to do this. Edit. There we go. Okay. I'm gonna take a quick break real quick. I'm gonna leave it playing though. I'll leave it up here. Okay. Do do da da dia ba 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 bee bum. And we continue a little bit more, and then I'm gonna hop off. Yeah, this is a cool little moment. Okay, so we just gotta finish up with this oboe line real quick. And I think we'll do basically the same thing. I feel like my only thought right now is I feel like some band director is looking at this and saying, "Oh my God, what are you doing to me?" But that's why I'm trying to like make it a bit of a higher grade level, and not because of like the amount of notes, but just like, I mean, look at this. Like, how is your, oh God, it's gonna be a test. It'll be cool though. I mean, it'll be worth it, but like, wow. And this still needs to kind of be figured out somewhat, because like, why does the third clarinet only coming in here? It's because all the clarinets, I mean, really two clarinets could probably split this line like I'm doing here. I mean, I kind of like how it builds, like if we're just sticking and then we're kind of getting another instrument there. I don't know. I could buy it. Um, let's see. Yeah, I think the saxophones are gonna have to take the oboe line is the best way to do it. Yeah, I think I just want the same thing. With the second oboe, just landing. Whoops, misplaced that. Okay. Yeah, I mean, this needs to be like color coded or something. like, oh my god. Okay. Let's do it. Well, let's do our articulation. Let's keep this consistent. And then the flute's doing the same thing. Yeah. And then move this down, moving on down. Alto sax. There we go. Okay. Look at this. Gee willikers. We have stuff for the brass to do. We don't necessarily have something for the trombones and youths to do. I mean, youth. Like what are we doing even with the youth? I mean, come on. Bandistration. I should call this bandistration. Joel Puckett would be happy about that. So, I think I think that's a good spot. You know, the question, of course, is like, well, there's a bunch of questions. There's a bunch. Right, because like this is going surely here. And probably here, right? I mean, it needs to be lower. If it can do it. Nope. Dang. Can it do E flat? It can do E flat though. Okay. Well, if it can do E flat, we'll keep it down there. As soon as I know are not going to give me an E flat. Right? Am I again wrong? Okay. Okay. Because, yeah, it needs to be low. Whew, sorry, I've gone all quiet. I'm getting a little tired. Orchestrating is like no joke, man. It's a different kind of thinking. And it's not always so easy because it's like, you don't want to make a stupid decision here because it'll stick. Like you're gonna keep going, and then like I have to do this again throughout this piece, this process. So like I want to make a method that I can kind of stick with each time this comes up in this piece, like a solution to this problem. But it is a problem. Like sometimes you set yourself up with a bit of a challenge from composing to orchestrating. Yeah, this is gonna be so fat. Can I just put it like right there, right now? Like, oh, it's gonna be so good. Cause it's gonna really like poke out. You're gonna be like, what was that? Is that the red octave? I want to be higher. beam. Oh, this part's so fat. Oh, I like this part. Ooh. Doom dee. This is I feel like I should shout out my teacher Jonathan Newman for these chords, because like low key he would like definitely write it like this. Um if I'm lucky, you know, I shouldn't be so bold because he would do it better. And also this should be down an octave, I'm seeing. I shouldn't have my face so close to the camera. I know I look dumb. No, that's part of this whole thing. You guys get to see how dumb I am. And look. Down octave. Boop. Fixing that, and then this needs to go here. Well, I need to remember that A should be on the bottom of this chord. I don't know. Maybe it doesn't need to be. Okay. Yeah, that's gonna need to really like cut. We'll put something with it. That's the next part, is like percussion is gonna get broken out, so that we really get like some cut on these harmonies coming through. Okay, guys, I'm gonna stop here. I gotta feed my dog. He's looking at me like it's dinner time. So let's give it one more run through. I'll go up here. Let me close all this out. Except for playback controls. That was dumb. And that'll be it for me, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and here we go. Appreciate it. Thank you.